Welcome back to Chin Chin. What's up? What's cracking?
Yeah, a lot of things are cracking. Actually, a lot of news going on right now. So today we just got finished watching the first game from the Fall Cup, or the Fall Series, I guess it's called.
It's a series.
Sky Blue versus Washington Spirit. And it was a good game. It was a good match.
Guess who won? Sky Blue. Woo,
Sky Blue, our team.
And Malpew made a comeback.
She did. Yeah.
She almost scored, but then she didn't. But,
yeah. Let me ask you this. That's our team right now. Say when we move, because we're eventually going to move in the next couple years. Will they still be our team when we move?
I think so.
Yeah.
Unless we move somewhere where, like, legit the team's there.
Oh.
I don't know, but they're still my team.
Yeah.
Unless a better team comes on that I like, or Carly retires. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's not just because of Carly. I also like they have the most diverse team.
They're a very diverse team, yeah.
In the NWSL.
Yeah.
And I like that.
We love that.
So
it's always changing too, you know.
Yeah.
So there's a couple things we want to talk about. Okay. This article just came out. So Tobin and Christen press signed with Manchester United.
Is this official though?
As of right now, we're speaking. It's Saturday. It's not official. So this isn't official, but I think we'll actually insert a voiceover in if there's more up-to-date news before this comes out. And so it's not official, which a lot of people are like, what the heck? But if you look in this right here, they did they did like a Stacey's Rise project.
Yeah, I noticed they were in maybe like a different area.
But if you look here, this was the other day, they're obviously not, that looks like a hotel with horrible curtains.
Oh yeah, I know. I was thinking, that's so funny because I wasn't even thinking a hotel. I was thinking, first of all, what the heck is in Tobin's background? Like,
yeah,
it looked like a floating toaster or something. It looks really weird.
But does it look like a UK hotel room? Does it look like a Manchester hotel room?
And then I was like, that TV, I was like, why would someone have a small TV on the wall right there?
Yeah, it looks a little weird.
So I'm like, okay, it's gotta be.
It looks like they're somewhere, maybe quarantining for the season. Okay, but it basically says long-awaited deal for U.S. women's national team stars Tobin and Christen to join Manchester United is finally done. Even though it's not official, people are saying it's done.
Maybe they have the inside.
Exactly. Multiple sources with knowledge of the negotiations told the Inquirer on Friday. Exactly when the news will become official is still unknown, partly because the complications enforced by the coronavirus pandemic, I guess quarantining and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Chief among them, the British government's requirement for travelers from the United States to quarantine for 2 weeks. Okay, so that's kind of what we've been thinking they've been doing. Okay. There's a belief in some quarters that the official announcement was to be made yesterday, but it didn't happen. The deal is done though. The indications are that it's for the full 2021 season, because I think we talked about Emily Sonnet. She's going to Goldberg. She'll be back, I believe, in November. So this will be for the full English season.
Oh.
That probably means both players won't return to their NWSL teams. So they're saying it's official. And once that official happens, let's just talk about it like it's official. We're going to talk about it like it's official.
Okay, so we'll pretend.
I am so excited to see them play.
Yeah. I know, it's been like forever.
Yeah, like the NWSL is great. We love, we want the NWSL to flourish. We want it to be around for a long time. But the Super League right now is flourishing in ways it's never flourished before.
It's popping.
And yeah, and I think part of it's just soccer culture. United States doesn't have a soccer culture like Europe does. And they're saying
to get on.
To see Tobin and Christen gonna flourish over at the Super League, I'm excited to see that. I'm just excited to see them play. I want to see them play. I even heard, see how some people say that they're more technical in the Super League, less physical, more technical. But people say Tobin Heath very technical, you know what I mean? Yeah. Christen Press can score from anywhere, So we're excited. We just want to see them play.
Isn't it exciting we live in a world where those people are alive?
I know.
Where they exist in our existence.
I know. So we're just excited with that. So
we didn't exist when Einstein was around. Right. But we exist in a Christen and Tobin era.
Right.
Let's go with it.
Crazy. Seeing them play on the same team. We love that. But the other thing we kind of want to talk about in this video, this just came out the other day.
So Dell Loy Hansen, made those comments. And now he's selling the team, right? So more things are coming out against Real Salt Lake /
Utah Royal. Yeah,
okay.
Kind of like their whole organization. So the ownership group of Dell Loy Hansen and his group Andy Carroll, who is the chief business officer. These allegations are now coming out against him.
Yeah.
But it's part of that whole culture that we have been talking about.
Toxic culture.
And so the headline here is, I put on the side, MLS team exec allegedly blocked promotion of female stars based on looks. Based on looks.
And what we read, it pretty much said that that he only wanted the prettiest people on the billboard. So Amy Rodriguez, Kelly O'Hara, and Kristen Press.
Right.
And then that he specifically did not want Gunny Jonsdottir or Becky Sauerbrunn because they were ugly.
Yeah.
They were too ugly.
And not that it matters whatsoever. It doesn't even matter. But they're not ugly. None of the girls are ugly. But they are beautiful women.
Yeah, like, first of all, they're beautiful, but beside the point.
Yeah,
let's separate.
It doesn't even matter.
It's that's such a male. That's such a man thing. Like, and I'm sure that it is everywhere. Like, I'm sure it's on all the soccer teams. Hell, every industry. You know? It's just disgusting. Male toxic culture.
Right.
We're done with that.
Right. So I'll read a little tiny bit about it. Real Salt Lake chief business owner Andy Carroll was specifically named as one of the top executives who harbored this culture, and in multiple instances allegedly discouraged certain stars from being promoted because of their looks. Carroll preferred that Kristen Press, Amy Rodriguez, and Kelly O'Hara be used on billboards and advertisements because he felt they were the most attractive players on the team. Other key players such as Gunny Jonsdottir and Becky Sauerbrunn, the latter whom was captain for the U.S. Women's National Team World Cup champion in 2019, were not to be promoted because they were deemed too ugly. Carroll also allegedly discouraged the team's media department for promoting goalkeeper Nicole Barnhart's accomplishment of tying the NWSL record for the most shutouts in a season because she was not attractive enough.
Oh, my mother.
Yeah.
You know what? Hand me a pillow. This is him. Put his face right here. And I do it again.
Yeah. Like Sarah was saying.
But I will say, it's not only men. I'm saying something anti-people right now.
Oh.
I'm usually anti-men. It's not only men. It's people who are in charge. Like, women would do this too. Like,
true.
Just it's that disgusting culture that we live in. That
if you're not deemed,
if you're not pretty, you're not going to be advertised anywhere. You're not going to, be the face of the team or whatever. It's like, okay, let's not focus on looks anymore. Okay, let's focus on their skill and what they can do on the field.
Right.
Because that gives them value as players.
Right.
We should value them for not their looks, but for their skill and what they bring to the table and who they are as professional players.
Because did you see A League of Their Own, the baseball movie?
Of course.
Okay. I think most people, any female, and practically anyone who likes sports have seen. That's pretty much everyone's favorite. So if you remember in that movie, there was part where they had to do where the stylist goes to every single person, cut your hair, dye it, you need curls, you put makeup on, and she goes down the line, and then she told the one at the end, a lot of night games. That's what she should do. Yeah.
It's not funny. It's funny. But it's funny because it's ridiculous.
And if you think about that was like 70 years ago. Yeah. So that was 70 years ago. But that's still happening now.
Nothing's changed.
So you have to look. And I will say this: did they get drafted? Did they get chosen for the job because they were attractive? I mean, was there part of that? Now maybe me thinking
it's like the X Factor. You have to have the whole package.
Yeah. And I think that's why a lot of people say that Alex Morgan was promoted so heavily because she had the look. She has to be the face of the team. It can't be someone unattractive. So it's just...
No hate to Alex Morgan. We love you.
Yeah, we like Alex, but it shouldn't be based on, what did she do on the field? Not even her specifically, but what... So if you're good looking, you're a starter. Oh, if you're good looking, you're the starters. And if you're not good looking, you're not the starters.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably a little bit of both. But I feel like I've been guilty of this too, like where I will watch someone on YouTube or follow them on Instagram just because they're like really pretty.
And I think you do that almost subconsciously too.
I know. Well, yeah.
But I will say, Becky clapped back. She snapped back. She said, what'd she say?
Becky clapped. She said, anyone else sick of this narrative that a woman's success can only be defined by what a man deems valuable? It's bullshit. Our accomplishments are worthy of recognition in and of themselves. Also, if you can't sell excellence, can you actually sell anything?
Yeah.
That's a mic drop.
Yeah.
Clap back.
Yeah. I'm glad Becky said something. I'm really glad she said something. But it's like the whole idea, and I think I will say this. Somebody left a comment last video we did about when Dell Loy Hansen was kind of getting the ouster. He said he is from Austria. He is from Europe. In European clubs, there's not that mechanism for owners to be tossed because they're racist. It's almost like it's a racist, what are we gonna do? So a lot of times we drag United States for this or that, but at the end of the day, to hear it from a perspective of the United States is actually making waves to say, hey, we're not gonna have racism.
Right.
I think we have to look at that as a positive. When, you know, we always say, oh, the United States, but when he said that, I was kind of like, yeah, the United States is doing something where we're making that change, we're making that,
and you have to adapt to your environment. So
yeah. Well, also remember when Fahid Basadi, he didn't want to play players because they had short hair. Remember that? And that was one of the reasons why people thought he was a disaster. They would go to the OL Reign, is because he didn't want to play players because they had short hair. They looked like a lesbian.
If we got a vomit
I think the change it's going to be a change that's going to happen. But I think, but like you said, a lot of times we do it as viewers, as we subconsciously we see a pretty face. We adhere to beauty standards.
Right.
But I think it's acknowledging that people in power, this kind of power, it's not acceptable. You shouldn't want people who funds your teams to have that mindset.
Yeah.
Because they're the ones in power.
I will say, like, I don't watch, like, for me, I don't know, for you, probably the same, but I don't go to watch soccer just to look at pretty people.
No, God, no.
It's not like a fashion show, or it's not like TV or whatever, whatever. I go there to watch a good soccer game. You know what I mean?
You know what I even do?
It's not like I'm there to see, check out the hottest players.
You know what I even do though? Someone that I don't catch in my eye, who I think is beautiful, they play really well, and you know what? Then I have a crush on them based on they play so well.
Of course. And that's a crushing on skill.
Yes. Like there's been players or people in general who I don't really think anything like, oh, they're nice, whatever, but I don't think of that. And then they're playing super amazing well, and I'm like, wow, I have a crush on them. You know what I mean? And they're not
You're
even
not allowed to have crushes.
Why not? I also want to say Crystal Dunn also said something. She said, Bex,
people had things to say.
I'm beyond sickened but not surprised. In the women's game, the mark has been missed so many times on highlighting the player's ability rather than how she looks. It's despicable. Yeah. And I mean, the fact that making people be accountable for racism and sexism,
all the isms.
I think it's going in the right direction, and I'm glad someone had left a comment saying, in Europe, we're far behind when that comes to that. So
you gotta catch up.
No, but yes, but the fact that the United States is leading the forefront to that, it makes me encouraged that what we're doing.
We've always
but because so many times we, America doesn't pay, but when we do have something where we're on the forefront, we have to acknowledge it. No, you don't have to acknowledge it.
Good job, America.
Yeah, the fact that we're acknowledging it and that the media is acknowledging it. So, always the hope is to get better. It's to make it better, to make the country better, to make a person better. So those are kind of two long stories. I will tell you this: we actually were going to react to something, but we're actually going to make that the whole video because I think
we talked a lot.
We talked about those two stories. And what do you guys think? I mean, did anything come out of this where you were shocked or anything? I'm fortunately not shocked about the sexism.
That will never be shocking.
The fact that they have acknowledged it, and now, I mean, after Dell Loy's already leaving, I mean, but
I just want all these truths to come out sooner,
Yeah, they will. I really feel like that.
The truth always comes out. Sipping on tea.
Questions, comments down below. This, we'll see what goes on. We're excited about Tobin and Christen, and like I said, we'll do a voiceover if it's official, but it's official. It's official. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye.